Saunders. How do you feel about the 6 players you signed today?
I'm excited. It's a big time for us here at the university. Obviously, we had a little ups and downs last year. Went from number 13 in the country, dropped down, got knocked out by an auto bid, and I swore that would never happen again. So we got these 6 guys coming in. They're awesome. They do it. They're here for a reason, and this is the second half of my rebuild. As you guys saw, I brought in Urso and Palushai and all those guys, McFarland last year. That was the first half of it. This is the next piece of the puzzle, and this is, I think, the missing piece that we have to fill those kinks, get people who are in here for the right reasons and here to win a national championship.
Talk about Troy a little bit.
Troy, the big defenseman, played in the Ontario Junior Hockey League, played in the WSHL as well, was the captain of his team. A great kid, big size defenseman. We need him. He's going to be a big piece of this puzzle, plays a physical game, and all these kids I've talked to have been talking to NCAA teams, whether it's Division I or Division III. And if you can get steals like we just got here with these 6 young men, that's huge, and that sets the bar much higher for the returning players, and it also, you know, kind of holds a higher standard for us here at the university for talent that we bring in here. And I don't think we're going to be the pushover team that teams have thought in the past, and I think that with what we did last year, we made some noise around the league and showed some teams that we're the real deal, and that we're, you know, starting to put support behind hockey and athletics here. And with that, we beat some teams that are good around the country and stayed with some of the top teams. Now it's time to sweep those teams and make some noise, get into the top 10. I'm not going to be satisfied until we are. And I think if you're a college coach and your goal isn't to win a national championship, then you're in the wrong business.
What does Tyler bring to the team?
Tyler, good kid, great kid as well. Top junior player. He had a good year last year. So, you know, one of the biggest things is getting him in here is also going to help boost our team in both offensively, defensively, plays both sides of the puck, can really help out in that area.
Anthony's a kid who grew up in the area. What's it going to be to have somebody like him in here?
Actually, I met Anthony. I was doing goalie coaching. I was running my business, and he was out there shooting on one of my little kids' teams, and he said he's going to play juniors next year, and we stayed in contact, and he kind of just fell into my lap, and we're happy to have him being a local boy playing for University of Michigan-Dearborn, wearing the winged helmet. Those are things that, you know, kids kind of dream about, you know, and parents, when these kids go away from home and play juniors, whether it's Canada or whether they're going across country or playing out in the East Coast, wherever they're going, you know, to come back home to play close to mom and dad, that's huge. And these kids, they learn to understand that, and that's big for them.
What kind of player is Zach?
Zach, he's a big boy. He's 6'4", I think, like 200 pounds. He's going to be a top defenseman for us. He played in the Ontario Junior Hockey League, which is the league I played in. He also is not only, he's going to be one of those guys that's going to lead by example, but lead by experience too. Just with the experience he has, a well-mannered guy, he's going to help us really make that push defensively. Because I think one of the big issues is we had Nate Ferris in here last year, and he saw a lot of shots, and he played most minutes in the league. And what the thing is if we can help with our defensive core to eliminate some of those shots and workload for our goalies, I think that's going to help out. And if you look at our defensive core coming into this year, it's heads and shoulders above previous years.
But then you have John, who's joining Tyler from Cleveland. So talk about him a little bit.
John and Tyler, they both played together for the Lumberjacks in the NA3. I think John had 39 points in 44 games, and then Tyler had 55 points in 48 games or something around there. Both can put the puck in the net, and both are good playmakers as well, so they can play both sides of that. But no, great kids. They're brought in here for a reason, to boost that offense a little bit, and that's what we need. We have a little, few pieces of the puzzle that are missing, and these are the kids that are going to come in and fill those little gaps we had last year. I think we'd have lines go out there that were solid, and then it just fell off the map, and we can't have that. I want to be able to roll all the way through.
Bringing in Patrick, another goalie, a transfer, does that add a lot more competition? You already had 2 capable goalies on the roster, adding the third. Is that going to be big competition come later this summer and in the fall?
Yeah, absolutely. Carney, I've known him for a while. He works with us at Blackburn Goaltending, and I remember I talked to him a couple of years ago, and I asked him where he was going to school, and he said Davenport, and I was like, oh no. So I talked to him over the year. He didn't like it there in Davenport. He was just kind of getting pushed around over there with, saying promises to play, and just they weren't fulfilling the promise. And he never really got a shot. He's a great goalie. He played in the Greater Ontario Hockey League for Sarnia. He's going to come in here and not only raise the bar for the goalies and push them, but I want Carney to come in here, and I know he's well capable of taking a starting job as well. So Ferris obviously coming back after the year he had, obviously he's going to be one of our go-to guys. But this is going to raise the bar for not only Nate, but it's going to raise the bar for David and himself. So we get these guys in here, it's huge. And taking the workload off can help as well. I mean, 2 goalies running close to near 100 practices a year, it's a lot. So when you have 3 or 4 goalies, it lightens that workload for all those guys.
Now, him being a transfer, is he able to play right away, or is there any rule he's got to sit out a semester or X amount of games?
Yeah, he took last semester off, so he's clear for us.
Okay.
But no, he's going to come in and, like all my kids, I hope immediate success. I hope that he comes in and not only grabs the reins, but I wish that, if he can battle for that starting job or take the starting job or help Ferris or Dave get a little bit of a break, that's huge.